right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we get started, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And also peace and safety to the Akim that spread across the four corners of the world, that's pushing out this truth with all diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. I'm the brother Karatazah.
I'm the brother Adnan.
I'm the brother Amawan.
We here out of Great Millstone, Atlanta. We here, with the lesson today. It's Monday, December 1st. Esau is starting his month off hot. As you can see on the screen, it says from Newsweek.com, it says Louisiana swamp sweep federal enforcement expected to start Monday, which is today. We're gonna read, a couple of paragraphs in the article, it's going into, Esau bringing this pressure, down on the Northern Kingdom, and this is just the beginning, like it says in Matthew, the 24th chapter, Esau is going to, he's going to, apply more and more pressure, as the days get evil, so the warning is being sent out, via news, on the highways and byways, via brothers' lessons, so if you're not taking heed to what's going on, hey, you gonna get caught up in that madness, man. Right. You just gonna say something?
This lesson is another warning.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is what's taking place, man. I'm gonna read a little on the article, before we grab some precepts. But it says around 250 federal border agents are expected to launch a months-long immigration enforcement operation known as Swamp Sweep, beginning Monday across southeast Louisiana and into parts of Mississippi, targeting approximately 5,000 individuals for arrest, the Associated Press reported on Sunday. And these devils are so proud that they even giving, these people heads up, on what they're about to do. And it's nothing, that you Northern Kingdom can do to stop them from trying to arrest you, man. These ICE agents, gathering, Northern Kingdom up, man. And the prophecy in the scriptures, which we got pulled up, speaks on that, man.
So this is Jeremiah 30. I'm going to start at verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord's name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, spake concerning Israel and Judah. Now this, hey, listen up. This is concerning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because they making moves on you so-called Haitians as well. And a lot of you so-called Negroes look like Haitians, right? So it says, and these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and Judah. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. We're not in the time of peace. You see people with the Christmas decorations, Noel, peace on earth. Hey, they're lost in the sauce right now. This is not a peace on earth. Verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. It's going to get to a point where men are going to be turning into women, like it says in Nahum 3 and 13. And Jacob's trouble, first and foremost, is going to affect the descendants of Jacob, which today's terms, you would be considered blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians according to your father's line. So these articles, what did we learn this year? Alligator Alcatraz down there in South Florida. A week and a half ago, they just moved in. ICE moved in Charlotte.
Yep.
All right, so this is not some liberal city, blue state thing, because people be like, oh man, that's just the liberals up there, New York and Illinois and California. No, it's coming down here to Dixie, and now they're going to Louisiana.
Yeah, they gonna spread further out west.
Yeah,
California. Hey, they flood, and that's nothing but a Northern Kingdom state.
Yeah.
So imagine how many. They say 5,000. You know, but we know it's gonna be more than that.
Yeah, because everybody and their mother want to sign up for ICE. It's just like it's like to sign up for the military. You know how people want to go sign up so they can get their benefits and come back and get a Hellcat, go to college. Well, you don't have to go all the way to the Middle East. You can come right here and round people up.
Yeah. And the point, and could you reread verse 7, Baba Kashai?
Yeah, Khan, this is Jeremiah 30:7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
And that's why, you know, I made mention earlier in the video or in the lesson, you know, that this is only the beginning. You know, because it's gonna get to a point where, you know, people are gonna be in awe, you know, frightened, you know, for what's going on in America.
Yeah.
You know, it said for that day is great and nothing like it. You know, so this is only the beginning stages of, you know, that Revelation 12:12.
Yup, Con.
You know, which I bring that out, but you got a precept.
Con did.
What you got?
Ezekiel 7:5.
Con.
And that's like the NLT version, just to back up on the wording part, how you was saying. This Ezekiel 7:5 in the NLT version, it says, "This is what the sovereign Lord says: disaster after disaster is coming your way."
Oh, no, you got it.
Kind of, just backing up. It's like just the point, you know. It's not nothing gonna be slowing down. It's like once the gear gets going, it's nothing but tribulation after tribulation after tribulation. You know, after they came from Baltimore, DC, Illinois, LA, you know, it's only going to keep increasing, like the brother and officer mentioned, you know, the beginning of sorrows.
Yeah, just one thing I was thinking about. This all started when the president said we got to clean up DC because of the homeless. Now it's trickled down to you. So we got to get you Haitians, and we got to get you so-called Latinos and Hispanics. You see how this devil roll? He'll be like he'll like it says in Sirach 12, never trust our enemy. He'll speak softly with his words. Yeah, we got to clean up the homeless. But then the problem, it'll trickle down to your tribes. Just how like with the boogeyman in 2020. Oh, they said this came from Wuhan. People was eating bat soup. And then when it came over here, oh, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're the problem.
Right. They targeted the poor communities.
Yep.
You know?
He said not be ignorant of Satan's devices for a reason. His tactics.
Yep. And like the precept said, could you reread that again, Baba Kashai?
Con. This is what the sovereign Lord says: disaster after disaster is coming your way.
Yeah, it reminded me of the precept in Amos. Was that 5:18, I think, where it says, you know, as if you ran from a bear, you know, and if a brother can get it, because I don't want to misquote it.
Yeah,
so like.
You finished with your precept?
I got a little more.
No, you go ahead. You can finish.
This finishing off on verse 6, Ezekiel 7:6. The end has come; it has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting.
Yep. And in order for, you know, the end to come, it has to be disaster. You know, because it's a transition of power, and whoever, you know, it has the power, you know, as of now, they're not going to give it up easy.
Okay.
You know, name one kingdom that didn't go out fighting. You know, so that's the same way that America is gonna do. You know, with when World War III takes place, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I got that Amos 5. You finished?
Kind of done.
All right, this is Amos 5:18. Starting at verse 18. And it reads, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light." Verse 19, "As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him. Bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him."
Yep. That's that disaster after disaster. You know? Because it's going to be when Esau really brings that pressure, it ain't going to be no relief. You know? You ain't going to be able to go into, you know, a house, you know, and get a little bit of relief. It might be somebody already in there.
Yeah.
You know, not to mention like this precept is going into animals literally gonna be, you know, roaming about. You know, these people don't have no survival instincts.
Nah.
You know, so they're gonna pretty much be through. You know.
Yeah. And hey, with a bear, man, a bear can get you in so many ways. They can climb trees, they can swim. You know, the Lord is just presenting so many scenarios because it says in Psalm 68 that the Lord created the issues from death. So, hey, you know, the Lord, hey, he creates these scenarios with the evil angels, like it says in the scriptures, because he's angry with the wicked every day. And the word is going out to you so-called Latinos. You know, you got brothers in South America that's preaching this word. So it's no excuse because, I mean, not, you know, we know a little introductory Spanish, but for the most part, that's why you got the prophets down there. You got them you got that brother in Mexico City. You got brothers up here in Chicago and LA to even give you the gospel in Spanish. So I mean, there's no cloak for their sins. There's no excuses. So the Lord has no choice but to go by His word because, you know, by rebellion, the Lord has to make His move.
Yeah, and it's only right, man. You know, because the Lord got to bring that pressure on you 2/3, and it's because Scripture said it won't unto you that desire the day of the Lord. You know, because you think that when the Lord comes back, it's gonna be all peaches and cream. No, you got to go through this trouble. You know, you got to go through this pressure that the Lord is bringing upon you. You know, for being disobedient to Him, and you still are.
Yeah.
You know, look how hard-headed Northern Kingdom is, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so we supposed to feel sorry for him.
Nah.
You know, you don't give no reverence or honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know, you don't take heed. You know, when you see the prophets out on the highways and byways, you got your fucking soccer jerseys on. You know, you want to just fucking kick a ball all day.
Right.
You know, so the Lord gonna bring that pressure on you, man.
Right. I had a precept.
Damn.
Just back off with the the precept number one was saying as far as the scripture in Ezekiel 7. This is 2nd Ezra 16, starting at verse 36. 2nd Ezra 16 and 36, and it says, "Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it." That's what we're saying. The name of the Lord is not God and Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's not Jehovah and Jesus Christ. Okay? And that's another thing. The Northern Kingdom, they believe in the Trinity. All right? They believe in eating abominable food. They believe in the Day of the Dead.
Virgin Mary.
The Virgin Mary. They believe in Christmas. Okay? It says, "Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake." Because like it says in Psalms 96, all the other nations are idols. But the Lord created heaven and earth. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her great birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment." Because, hey, when the baby's coming through, there's no way that the baby can go back into the womb. That's just how these plagues are. When these plagues start, they're going to continue to amp up like a snowball effect.
Yep.
You know how you put the dominoes and the dominoes trickle down? That's how these troubles are going to come.
Yep.
Because we just mentioned earlier, they went from Washington, D.C. to New York, Memphis, Chicago. Now they making their way down here in the South. Verse 39. "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side."
Yep. It says sorrow shall come on every side. So it's not gonna be. It's no escape. There's no where that you can run or hide to. You know, and especially with you know, just going to speaking on our people. You poor. You finish. What you go? You know, you gotta build an underground bunker. You don't got no money. You know, and even if that was the case, the Lord go plague this place with missiles.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's no running from the pressure, man. You know, I got a quick one real quick. Okay, kind of. Revelation 12:12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens." So, like, let me go to it. Put it there. Revelation 12:12 says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." And who is that devil? Esau, Edom. You know, and what, like the officer I now was saying, hey, what more? These devils, they get paid to come down on you. They already don't like you, and they gonna get paid to do it.
Yeah.
These devils, they palms itching, man, licking their tongue, their chops. We already know, because I work with a lot of those Edomites that hate, the Northern Kingdom. They talk about them, so now they get the free, it's free pickings basically.
Yeah.
Green light.
They get the green light, like the brother said, and so this devil is gonna continue to bring that pressure, on you 2/3, man. So you got to get your act together, because that swamp, what is called a swamp sweep, that's the whole state basically that they were saying.
Yeah.
It said Baton Rouge, Lafayette.
Yeah. It's the whole state.
Yeah, it was basically the whole state, man, of Louisiana.
And they I think also in the article it said Mississippi, so they probably going to Jackson, Biloxi, where them colleges is at. They probably, it says it's a month long, so they're gonna cover all that ground in a month. And today was the first of the month.
Yeah.
So you got what, 30 more days to wreak havoc out here in Louisiana and Mississippi.
Right, you can't go to work and pulling up at the job sites.
I seen in the comments on one of the TikTok videos, one of the guys, his boss told him just to stay home.
See, it's getting real, bro. You said you got one.
Kind of a quick one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 7, like you were saying, just kind of get your act together. But it reads, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance." And that key word we always go into is suddenly, right? Because it goes into it all in a moment, right? Which we're seeing right now. They finna send troops down there.
Yeah.
A lot of these people don't even have the wisdom and knowledge. Don't have the name. They don't have their armor. So when these folks come through, they just finna pick y'all up. Y'all just finna die. With no knowledge.
Yeah. And as we know, with Esau, man, there's no new thing under the sun. He's been doing this.
Yeah.
All right. He's been doing this since. He's been doing that since basically his inception here, man. With a lot of people, use Northern Kingdom, so-called Hispanics and Latinos and Mexicans. A lot of y'all gonna get hemmed up. A lot of y'all United States citizens, man. I mean, he did it back in the 20s and 30s during the Great Depression. He had the Repatriation Act, which he deported 2.5 million Mexicans into Mexico. A lot of them were Native Americans. A lot of them were United States citizens. So there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, even the scriptures, when you read certain scriptures outside the KJV, it says the word deportation. So we had that time where, there's gonna be more scattering.
Yeah.
But with this scattering is going to be of our wicked people, man. That's why the scriptures say, "Pray not thou for thy people." We've been telling you, it's not hard to get on a YouTube video and put a subtitle in your language to understand what we're talking about. The word is going out to where, like we said, the Lord is, okay, this phase of the ministry is over.
Yeah.
This phase of prophecy is over, and he's just going to keep amplifying the plays.
Right, and like you said, it's the brother in Mexico. He got it. So there's no excuse.
Yeah.
If the Lord didn't want, his people to get it, he would have made it that way.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, but he made it to where you would be able to understand. You know.
If I may add, you know, going to the book of Matthew chapter 24, you know, he tells you, you know, this gospel shall go out through the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
Then the end shall
come.
That's why we're seeing the things that are going on right now. You know, judgment, disaster after disaster is happening now because pretty much brothers got it. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just getting built up, but the word is going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got, just real quick, from 20, I'm just say 2026 minus 2007. That's 19 years the apostles and elders being on YouTube warning. You got videos of the apostles and elders trickling down to us young men continue to warn you on YouTube because everybody goes to YouTube. You know, you gotta, here it is. The Lord is presenting you with life in form of this sound doctrine. All right, but you want to click that Bad Bunny video that got 500 million views. It's not gonna do anything for you.
No.
And as I mentioned in my last lesson about this topic, where are you Hispanic and Native American celebrities bought and paid for? All your people's getting deported. You getting put on planes and getting thrown off in the ocean. Where's Bad Bunny? Where's Jennifer Lopez? Where's Alex Rodriguez? Where's Big Papi?
Yeah.
Because they're bought and paid for. The only ones that care about you, it really is the servants, the prophets, man. Now we get hard. We go hard because we rebuke and reprove, but it's out of love. So let me read that scripture once again. It says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day." Yeah, this is another day to get this word. It says, "For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth." Yeah, suddenly. Like the brother just mentioned that the reason why we're going to this lesson, because the priest Alma One brought up this today, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't even hear about this. So how much more are people?
Right.
Until they start kicking down, doing real kick doors. You know, Future had that song, Feds Did a Sweep.
Yeah,
the Feds doing a sweep on you Northern Kingdom, man.
Yeah.
Swamp sweep, Feds
Yep.
sweep.
And you Southern Kingdom is next.
Yeah.
You know, because they started, you know, they did it in what was that, DC?
Yep.
You know, where they was getting you niggas off the blocks.
Yep.
You know, off the hanging in front of the gas station and the stores. You don't think that was just like this devil is really just experimenting right now? Like, how can I really bring that pressure? And it's like an experiment. And they seeing how you react.
Yep.
You know, and because he's calculated. Remember, the scripture says that he's wiser than Daniel.
Yep.
You know, so he's no fool when it comes to being tactical.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how he's gonna get you.
We had brothers that did lessons with the title of Israel First, Judah Worst.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easy to really go at the Northern Kingdom.
Yeah.
And pretty much once you got Northern Kingdom, we already know Southern Kingdom gonna put up a fight. And that's what Esau really want. He really get that bloodshed going.
That's what the scriptures speak about judgment starting at the house of Israel.
Yeah.
You know? So we go, anybody got a closing? You got a closing?
You got something for that?
Yeah, 2nd to 16.
Time.
2nd to 16 and 68, I'll start at.
We got it.
2nd to 16, verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And we know the main thing that they're about to start doing, right? Hauling people up, right? Northern Kingdom to these concentration camps, right? Ultimately, get you to them sea hips, you know. But we see them going down to Mississippi right now, New Orleans right now. You know, they come with an agenda. Either you're gonna get down, or some of you just won't make it. Y'all gonna go back to the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
It says, and take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered to idols, right? Which we already know by that time, the concentration camps, you know, you can be in a position to where you can't go nowhere, and they can present you that chip. My point is in verse 71. It's 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Right? We talked about 2 Corinthians 15, you know, I mentioned a desire to go to the city and cannot be able, right? Because they will be on the hunt. You know, 2/3 and hopefully the whole house of Israel. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And that's the main thing. They finna come like madmen, right? Spoiling and destroying. Because they got an agenda that they trying to, fulfill.
Yep.
You mind go to verse 72?
Kind of. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Ooh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it goes into these different internment camps. Because, according to Esau's research, he hasn't really updated it. There's about 800, so-called internment camps. All right, with the biggest one being Alaska. And the state of Georgia has a lot of them, But these people are going to get thrown out their houses. They even had a commercial back in the day. I'm going to send it to brothers as soon as I find it. They had an MTV commercial, and it was going into how people were getting thrown out their houses, and they were trying to compare it to what Amalek so-called went through during
the age calls,
the Holocaust. Wow. But they were trying to compare that to what's going on. But Esau likes to give that predictive programming. So there's people now getting thrown out their houses. How much more in these times coming when they declare martial law and suspend the Constitution? Because people are gonna start turning up too. It ain't up in New York. They had about 200 people go against ICE, and they won. So it's gonna be a lot more division. People are not gonna have it, man. You're gonna start seeing
sedition among men,
the
uproars of the people.
Yeah, and that's gonna start coming here because we do these lessons about uproars of people in Africa and Asia. Nah, this is the final countdown right here. It's gonna crank up here in the good old US of A.
Yeah, America is headed straight towards a third world country. Just like over there in the Middle East, man. You see the bombs, hitting these buildings, and there's debris all over the roads. Little kids crying. That's what America's gonna be like, man. Right, times 10, because the Lord's gonna destroy this place, like it's mentioned in Isaiah 13, the 13th chapter, where it's uninhabitable, inhabitable. You won't even be able to live here no more.
Right.
That's what's coming to America.
Right.
Like the movie Coming to America. It ain't gonna be like that, nigga.
Right.
It's destruction on top of destruction.
Right.
So you had more on that?
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Read verse 73. We can close out on that verse.
Okay, come on. It says, verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Yeah, because
the chosen, which is the elect, is going to be the ones that make it out of that fire. That make it through all of this, man. Through all, the ICE raids, the martial law, the military troops, on the streets. The elect is going to be the ones that made it out of it. And it says, then shall they be known. The scriptures speak about the fame in the land. So the elect is gonna be the ones that be preserved through all of this madness, man. That's why, we make the necessary sacrifices, to be on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's side. Like we mentioned before, the lessons, camps, fellowship and study and reading, understanding the prophecies of the book, so where, the Lord will save us out of this mess, man. You don't want to be a part of it, especially when Yahweh Shai and the angels intervene, man. And the missiles. So, we just wanted to briefly touch on that. If a brother didn't have none, we'll go ahead and close up. Yeah, kind of. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, we're going to close out and give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until the next time, Shalom.